What's up, guys and gals? Jared here with another magically fantastical movie review. So last night I was able to check out the newest Fantastic Beast film, Fantastic Beast: The Crimes of Grindelwald. In an effort to stop Grindelwald's plans of raising pure-blood wizards to rule over non-magical beings, Dumbledore enlists his former student Newt Scamander, unaware of all of the dangers that lie ahead. Lines are drawn as love and loyalty are tested, even amongst the truest friends and family, in an increasingly divided world. So is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald all of the beast and crimes you were hoping for? Let's find out. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Crimes of Grindelwald in the comments down below. Are you kind of liking the way that this franchise is kind of moving things, and where does this rank amongst all of the Wizarding World films? Now let's get into some of the good things this film did. Personally, I was not a big fan of the first Fantastic Beast. You know, there's a bunch of new characters kind of introduced, it's a different time period, all of that jazz, but starting off, the opening like 10-15 minutes of Crimes of Grindelwald, this thing starts off with a flash, giving us maybe one of the coolest opening sequence in this whole Wizarding world, and it obviously sets this more darker tone for this movie, because, you know, all of the crimes and whatnot. But the film also ends strongly too with this kind of cliched Harry Potter go-to scene where it's battle against good and evil. I mean, like I said, it might be a little bit cliched, but it's such a spectacle to see on the big screen, and again ends the movie in this really great action set piece. Another thing that really added to this overall film were kind of like the interactions or relationships with certain characters, you know, new ones and old ones. It really added some charm into this movie when it's Newt trying to explain himself to Tina, or Newt and Dumbledore kind of talking about things. It sort of gave the audience a break from all of the fantastical, kind of bringing it more to an intimate setting, seeing these interactions between normal people. I'll also give a tip of the hat to the musical score, some really cool new spells, and also Jude Law, Eddie Redmayne, and some aspects of Depp. Don't at me. Unfortunately, Crimes of Grindelwald may actually commit more crimes than Grindelwald himself. Like, half the time, I didn't have a damn clue what was going on, because like the first 10-15 minutes, it really sets things up, sets the tone for this movie, but then it just felt like a whole scatter of all of these different plot points, plot sequences, with all of these different characters trying to blend it together, and it just was like, you're supposed to know what's going on? It's like the storyboard team dropped the board of story, had to frantically put it back together while on the way to set. Oh man, my back is killed. This is not good. And a lot of the mess has to deal with scenes that could have easily been taken out of this film. One big situation is Queenie and Jacob's relationship. They kind of just pop up. You know, if you haven't seen the first one, you're gonna not have a clue what's going on here, and it just didn't really add to the overall film. I mean, there's a little bit at the end, but it almost wasn't needed. Also, adding to the sequences that could have been taken out of this film is another kind of quick tour of Newt's briefcase zoo, and also this guy and a parasite in him passing out, which may be the most ridiculous acting when he passes out. Honestly, Crimes of Grindelwald kind of felt like a filler episode. A lot of characters are brought up, a lot of names are dropped, a lot of things are set up, there's cliffhangers here or there. Maybe this installment will actually be a lot stronger when we get a couple more in this series, but right now it's a very weak film. Oh, and one last thing, there were a lot of odd, really close shots on characters, and it just kind of was awkward, to be honest. Like, what are you doing? Why are you filming that close? Back the camera up. Overall, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald really adds to the Wizarding world. However, it feels like a filler episode rather than its own film, with some decent action sequences, some intimate moments, and some kind of small things like musical score and performances. But with the plot being all over the place with not even a clue of what's going on, some plot sequences that probably could have been cut from the film, and some really out of place close-up shots, I am right on the line on whether you should see this film or skip it. If you're a fan of Harry Potter and the Wizarding world, you'll have a fun ride with this one, but if you're not fully into that one, this one's not going to really scratch that magical itch. So what did you think of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grimace? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Follow all of my social media stuff over there, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff. There's more videos down there, you know, trailer reactions, movie reviews, fun comedy skits. Subscribe over to my channel if you haven't. Check out my shirts over on TeePublic.